Welcome back to Cambray Baptist Church. You're probably wondering about how to join Cambray Baptist Church on a Sunday, and this video we're going to show you what it might look like and what you might have to do as you come to the church. So follow me into the church. Well, you'll see first of all that as we come in that there are markers on the ground which identify the 2-meter distance, and as you come in you may possibly need to queue to make sure we keep social distancing on the way in. The sign reminds you of what's going on, so you'll see the markers on the floor. Now of course we've got 2 doors to the church, haven't we? And what you will do is you will go to the door on the side of the church in which seat you've been allocated, so that we're not crossing over and we're keeping that social distance once we come inside the church. Now as you go to the church door, you'll see as we come in there'll be somebody to welcome you and to direct you to where your seat is, and all this stuff that's on the floor at the moment will no longer be here. But there's a table in the middle because we want you to keep to your side of the church as you come in. You'll see that we've got these hand sanitizer stations, and so when you come in you're welcome to use those to sanitize your hands as you join us, and you'll also see that we have them as you go up to the balcony as well, if that's where you're seated, and so you'll find a hand sanitizer station near to where you are. Well, once you've been welcomed, you'll be directed to your seat. It will be either up in the balcony or else here on the ground floor. And so you just go straight towards your seat. I'm afraid that unlike normal, we won't want you to be stopping to say hello to people because we are required to keep that social distancing in the church. Well, let's move on into the main part of the church, and you'll see that the seats have been put out in groups socially spaced. If you're in a large family, you'll discover that there are larger groups than are here at present. But if you know the seat you're going to, then please move towards that seat and sit on that seat, and we'll ask you to remain seated in that seat throughout the time of the service, whether in the balcony or below. Now of course that doesn't stop you from turning around and saying hello to those who are near you, but please don't get out of your seat because we are required to maintain that social distance during our time here. You'll also notice that for your own safety, the windows will be open on a Sunday, and we'll be keeping the doors open throughout the service to ensure there's sufficient ventilation in the church during your time here. So if it's a little bit cold outside, then do bring a coat with you. When you come in, do bring the coats and put them under your seats rather than using the cloakroom, again so we've got no one who's crossing over. Now if you need the toilet during the service, then we do have the toilets open, but we don't want to encourage their use just because again it's a risk to people crossing over in it, but you would come out as normal through the door on the left hand side of the pulpit, and in the corridor here you will see that there are markers for the one-way system, and so you will queue up towards the toilet. It's got a 1 in, 1 out for either the ladies or the men's toilet, and once you're finished in the toilet, then having queued up down the corridor into the toilet, when you're finished in the toilet you come out and you will go through the schoolroom, and you can see the one-way system which you'll be reminded of. You'll see the chairs stacked up here because we can only use hard chairs, and you'll go back into the church through the schoolroom, so we're not crossing past people and we're keeping that social distance, and then back into the church, and you're encouraged to find your way to your seat as quickly as possible without crossing over people who are already here. When the church service finishes and you're going to leave, we ask you not to get out of your seat straight away, and what we're again trying to do is to keep the social distancing, and so what we'll be doing is the welcoming team will be releasing you a seat at a time from the back towards the front, so that people have already gone out, you're not passing people on the way out. And when you do go out, please can I encourage you to go out as quickly as you can. We would love to have more time of fellowship, but we're not permitted to do that at the moment. There will be potentially some things to pick up on your way out if we're giving out any written material, but we're going to try and not do that the majority of the time. we'll be doing things via electronic means, but you'll see a table here that you can pick up any things that you need to pick up on the way out. Please don't pick up and put things back. Pick them up and take them with you so that there's no threat of infection to anyone else. Well, that's it. That's a very quick run through how things will look. We hope that that's been reassuring to you. Just come along. There'll be plenty of people to advise you and to direct you, but do just listen to them carefully and follow their instructions as you need to. We really look forward to seeing you again on Sunday. It'll be so good to meet together. And for those of you who are not able to come out, we will have everything live streamed, and we do indeed pray that you will be blessed through that live stream and you'll find the experience very similar to watching the videos that you've watched already, although of course we'll be directing our conversation to those who are here, but we do long that you would feel part of our time here and be blessed by God in your time of worship together. And may God bless you in these days of change. We know we have a God who never changes and who we can rely on. So let's just trust in Him and look to Him for the blessing as we meet together.